Yo, what's good, my fellow deadheads? Your overlord, Deadman the GOAT, has returned. Another little talking head video. I was just kind of thinking about it. I think I just unlocked total concentration breathing technique from Demon Slayer, right? Okay. Hear me out. This just sounds stupid, right? But hear me out. In real life, whenever you want something, or rather the lack of, I guess, whenever something is destined to come to you in life, right? And you pursue that thing, you feel a feeling in your spirit that yes, this is my thing, this is my calling, this is what I'm supposed to do, right? Damn, I'm handsome. Anyway, whenever you have a situation like that, I feel like one of the things that people like get into the mistake of is accepting that belief at first and then uninstalling that belief and then trying to reinstall that belief. Okay, what do I mean? When you're about to go into a football game, you practice all week long, or any type of game, any sports, right? You practice all week long, and as long as you're a good player, you know you're a good player, right? Somebody on the team could be like, damn, I don't know if we're gonna beat this team. I'm looking at the stats, blah, 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 blah. Somebody could be letting external factors determine what they are going to do. It's so funny, you know what? The way I play Magic the Gathering, funny enough, my Magic decks are right over there. You can see my whole collection. The way I play Magic is, people are always playing in a way where they're trying to be reactive to everybody else. And I'm just like, how much are you playing the game if you're reacting to everybody else? If you're not just taking action that you want to take, right? So what I always try to remind people, because I have a group of friends from my job that like to come and play at my house, and they're still a bit newer, so they still have a lot of questions. And honestly, Magic is that kind of game. Like for the first year, you might be asking questions because there's just so many different effects. It's been around for 35 years, whatever. But it's like, I always tell them, yo, it doesn't matter what they're trying to do, as long as you know what you're going to do, right? It doesn't matter how much stuff you're putting out on your board. If I know I'm about to swipe you in a crazy way anyway, I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm gonna do. And if you try to combat that, then I react to that. But you see, the reaction is after I've already taken my action. Can you say that you're playing the game if you're only reacting to other people? No. So now that we understand, play how know what you're going to do, not what the enemy is going to do. Let's take it back to the sports, okay? The guy who's like a good player, and he's a good player because he knows he's a good player, not because somebody else is telling him he's a good player, not because he thinks he's a good player, not because people are telling him the stat, blah, blah, blah. No. He knows that he is the type of player that is going to fight tooth and nail to get a goal if he's playing soccer, to get that touchdown, if he's playing football, to score, to score. Yeah, just score in basketball. I know they call it buckets, baskets, whatever. Who cares? I don't watch basketball. But the good player knows they're gonna hit that shit like 9 times out of 10 because they practice for it, they work for it. Like people say luck is luck, but luck is really just timing and opportunity, right? Or preparation and opportunity, preparation, timing, whatever. Watch Blue Lock, Ego explained it. But basically what I'm saying is, bro, what if instead of doing the little things that we do every single day, like when I play Magic, because I'm guilty of this too, right? When we play Magic or when we play sports or anything, right? What if instead of locking into that mode where we're like, I know what I'm about to do for just that specific instance, what if we could lock into, I know what I'm about to do for our entire life? Because no matter if you're playing Magic the Gathering or playing soccer or writing an anime or, playing gacha, whatever, is your expression on the world. Life, reality is creation, bro. Anything that you create in your mind and then accept to be true and then try to make in real life is creation. And that is an incredible, wonderful thing. That's why people gotta care a lot more about the stuff that they do. That's why you gotta actually, like, it's weird. I think school, funny enough, I'm thinking about this right now. I think school is only a thing that's important for social structure, building social structure and figuring out how society works and what a caste system is, I guess, and groups and, all this stuff, peer groups and stuff like that. But even though school is not that important to me, I do now understand the importance of, actually giving 100% on your homework or test or quizzes or anything in life. Because anything in life that you create is your creation, basically your child. Your child is your creation, right? And like your child has your family name on it, anything you do in this world has your name on it. So it's just like, do you want to put your name on stuff that people can look at and say, oh, that was a shit job? Or do you want to put your name on stuff that, like, before even people get up close and look at it, they can just tell from far away, like, oh, Deadman did that. I know that was Deadman. Who did that shit? Dead man? Yeah, I know, right? That's how you want to be. You want to be in a position where people can tell the things you did from a mile away. I was literally talking about how, okay, for instance, me communicating with people is an art for me. It's an art form, and I'm claiming it, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I don't know what my abilities are. I am a excellent social navigator. I can mingle with a lot of different groups of people. I can see the ideologies around other people who don't think like me, but maybe not accept them, maybe not agree with them, but I can still see them, and I can still respect that people are different, and that everybody is sonder. Everybody has their own life to live. Everybody has their own shoes to fill, right? But basically, I'm just gonna work on trying to get in that state. Not even trying to. I'm gonna work on being in that state of constant, game time, right? Like constant. This is an expression of my creation, so I'm going to do exceptionally well with this. I'm going to start chiming in on that frequency 100%. Because some days, I'll be honest, I do go to work and I'm bartending, and I hate bartending, bro. I don't hate bartending, but like, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes some of the people I have to bartend for are a little more than I'm trying to deal with, and I'll leave it at that. I'll be as polite as I want to, and they know who they are. If they ever stumble across this video, they know who they are. But honestly, I don't even talk to them about my YouTube for real. So when they stumble across this video, who cares? But like, honestly, what's funny is there might be some people who see this video and they do know who I'm talking about. They get a laugh out of this. Who fucking cares? I don't care. But even when those people come in, I should still give 100%. Why is that? Because at the end of the day, when somebody comes in and I don't give that much, I don't care that much about their energy, and I act in a certain way, even still, that's kind of like, that interaction was my child, because I was certainly in control of the interaction. The person who is the higher class social navigator typically controls the conversation, so the product of the conversation is typically determined by that person. So that means that conversations are my bread and butter, I guess you could say. Talking to people, just communicating with people, vibes, my bread and butter. Who cares? Whatever, right? So if that's my bread and butter, and my vibrations that I give off, my conversations that I give off, my interactions with people are like the most beautiful thing that I give to people, right? Then I should care more about it, and I should put more care into it, and I should love it more for real. Because some people I feel like are not worth my energy, but at the same time, since I am in a situation where I have put myself in front of them time and time again, because I have to work shifts at this place, then I have to accept that I've asked to be here. As much as it feels like I haven't, I have asked to be here. And honestly, it's the same thing in real life. Your parents conceive you, you didn't ask for that. You had no way to ask for that. You didn't exist beforehand, or rather, your physical form didn't exist beforehand to tell them that. But honestly though, if you're still here, you're choosing to be here. So your life is somebody else's form of creation, and then they've given you the power of creation as well for you to extend it beyond yourself. So now all of a sudden, everything you do is like your child, and it's very hard to see that concept when you're younger, very much so, obviously, because you are the kid. You want to have your fun and be a kid, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you. Some people are weird, for sure, right? I'm weird. I'll be honest. All the knowledge that I have now, I definitely wish I had it when I was way, way, way younger, just so I had a grip on my reality way younger. Like, yeah, every young dude does the stupid shit of like, running through hoes and blowing all their money and doing all these drugs and all this stupid shit that doesn't matter. It all just makes you distracted from what's making you feel empty. But then the real question is this emptiness something I should run away from? What are you filled with anyway? Are you filled with goodness? Are you filled with love? Are you filled with joy? Or are you filled with all these external things that are just pouring into you and telling you that you should be this or that or that? Are you filled with extra aggressive energy because the world tells you that, like, whenever somebody gives you a problem, you need to be a man and kick their ass? Like, are you filled with jealousy because the world tells you you need to fawn after every woman you see? Are you filled with greed or envy because somebody's richer than you? Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Be real. Grow up. Money is for everybody, right? But if you're not willing to accept that you can make money, then money's not for you. Well, did that make sense? Let's run that back. If you do not believe you are somebody who should hold money, then money does not believe you should hold it. So therefore, you don't get money. If you were somebody who thinks that these girls are funner to chase and rather than sitting back and just building yourself up so that people can see the palace, I think that every man is a kingdom. If you can't build up your kingdom, nobody wants to visit, nobody wants to be a constituent in your kingdom, bro. Build your own kingdom. Don't chase these bitches. And if you're upset about your house, like, again, it goes back to the money. Like, everything that you're upset about in life has obvious solutions. And the solutions you can literally think of. You've seen the solutions time and time again throughout life, but you're not taught to pay attention to solutions. You're taught to pay attention to bullshit. Handsome dead man's telling you, huh? But literally, if you just stop focusing on all of your problems and start focusing on the solutions, you will amplify the solutions position in your life. And the solutions will start to do a lot more for you rather than your problems taking away from you. Because it's just like, dude, the only thing out of that list I said, like, I don't like to give my juices to undeserving people. I'll leave that where it is. Also, I don't like to give my time to undeserving people either. Like, you got to be really conservative with your resources, because your resources are for you first and foremost. And what we get tricked into thinking is that our resources are for other people. You know, like, every job I work at, every time two people at the workplace, it always happens, dude. Some point in my lineage of working there, two people at the workplace, maybe customers, maybe employees, who knows? They get mad at each other and start yelling at each other. And they're like, yo, Vince, if anything pops out, stop. And I'm just like, I'm not their fucking dad, and I'm not fucking security. I understand I'm the biggest guy here, yes. And naturally, I like to help people. So I probably would break it up. But also, I like to be entertained too. So I'm just kind of like, if they want to duke it out, they're going to do what they want to do. Me pulling them apart ain't going to stop them. Me enacting force upon both of them like Meliodas did on Zeldris and Esterosa, that might stop them, but I'm not doing all that. Why? Because I don't care about their problems. I don't have to care about their problems. And I'm not a bad person for not caring about their problems. You, viewer, right now, yes, you literally do not care about every single person on this planet you don't know about because you don't know them, so you cannot care about them in a deep capacity. I love everybody on the planet, want everybody on the planet to succeed, but at the end of the day, I don't care about every little thing that everybody on the planet does because I don't know everybody on the planet, right? And it's the same way that, okay, you chase like somebody and you want somebody or you want this thing, but like, until you travel the world and really see the world for what it really is all around, you don't know how much options you really have outside of the thing you're looking at. So it's just like, what are we looking at? Instead of looking in front of yourself, look within yourself. Because when you look within yourself and you start to see what really matters to you and what really doesn't, that's when your life really, really starts to change. And the reason why I'm here and doing this video today, not on gacha games, I thought about doing gacha game videos for the past few days, and then I didn't, and then this video loaded up. I woke up this morning, and something felt different in my spirit. Something feels different in my spirit every few days I wake up, bro. Change is a lot to experience, but it is incredible to experience if you are willing to experience it intentionally. Because instead of feeling sensations in your body and saying like, this is weird, this is uncomfortable, this is something this is something new to me, I don't like this, what you could do is say, how do I feel right now? After you determine how you feel, you go, maybe I feel like this because of this. And you just start pinning it back to like different things that happened throughout the week recently, recency bias. Then after all of that, maybe something from a long time ago that made you feel like that a long time ago just like pops out. Or you just remember random little things or certain things like that. And maybe those little random things that you're remembering are things that are going to take you back onto your right path and make you feel a lot better. I don't know. I've always been a strong proponent of, if you feel like your life isn't working right now, low-key, go back to the things you used to do as a kid and see what that does for you. Not to say regress. Regress is has a bad connotation to it. I think that regression is literally just going back to a previous state, and not necessarily going back to a previous state, but more like imitating a previous state. Because as an adult, we get envious of our inner child because our inner child knew how to be free, knew how to be happy, knew how to not care about all these extra little things and not care about everybody's extra little problems. You know? Now we're envious of that because we care so much about extra stuff, because we're taught that there's so many extra responsibilities of being an adult. But the crazy thing is, the responsibilities that you have to accept are the ones that you decide to accept. And when you decide to only accept the things that you want to be responsible for, your life gets proportionally better in that regard. But when you decide to be responsible for a bunch of extra shit that doesn't matter, or things that maybe matter to you, but they eat your energy away, what good does it do you? It eats away at your energy. And you can keep lying to yourself and telling yourself like, yo, this is just a test. I just need to overcome this. I just need to become a bigger person in this. But one thing I watched a video this morning. Watched the video this morning. And it said, you can't argue with stupid. And I was like, yo, that's facts. Because if somebody doesn't, there's a difference between stupid and ignorance. Ignorance is not being able to see things from your perspective because you don't have the experience to see it from your perspective. And that can be bridged by wording it a different way that would be more familiar to their mindset, right? That can be bridged. Ignorance can be defeated with teaching or repositioning original lessons. Stupid cannot be beaten, because stupid is ignorance, but like without a willing to change the ignorance. And it's just like, dude, what I've learned is like, there's a lot of stupid people at everybody's job, and honestly, I don't care anymore. I'm like, yo, I don't gotta change you. I don't gotta change you. If you want to stay stuck on stupid, you can do that shit. I'm not stupid. I know what I'm doing. I know what's actually going on here. And like, if y'all want to sit here and pretend that like shit not popping how it is, bro, that is on you. But the dead man is not a dummy. Yeah, no, my mom ain't raised me that way. If I was a dummy, I'd just be getting my ass whooped every day. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because if I were doing dumb shit, the dumb shit I would do would be destructive. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a powerful individual. So like, when I do dumb shit, a lot of people get fucking caught in the fray of that shit. Whereas somebody who doesn't have a lot of momentum behind them, you know, they do dumb shit, they just hurt themselves, maybe a few people close to them. Like, I do dumb shit, yeah, it can hurt a lot of people, you know, because like I have a lot more influence than I realize sometimes, right? So that's why I don't do dumb shit. Good mom. Her birthday's coming soon though. Wish her happy birthday. I'm gonna try to make sure that she has an excellent birthday. Not try to make sure, I'm gonna make sure she has an excellent birthday. But Dead Man's Mama. There we go. Shout out Dead Man's Mama. There we go. I just be lost in my thoughts sometimes in the morning when I make these type of videos. And I feel like, you know, a lot of times I have regular conversations with people, which are day-to-day conversations for me, but then somebody tells me like, yo, you should be a therapist. Yo, you should put this up somewhere. Yo, somebody should see this. Like, and I'm just like, oh, damn, dude, I'm usually walking to work. 10 minutes ago, I usually am walking to work at this point, but it's just like, I'm just so free right now. I'm just so like, I feel like my heart, my soul is just like released, dude. I'm just like, yo, I like doing YouTube. I'm just thinking right now, I'm just doing a checklist of like, you know, what do I like? What do I not like? I like free food. I like Latinas. I like to drink sometimes. I like cool vibes. I don't like clocking in for somebody and going to a job where sometimes the money is like, and like, I understand that my money really be a reflection of how I think of the money is gonna come, and I know the money's coming big today. Pause, did that sound crazy? I know the money's about to roll in big today. I can feel that shit in my system. I can feel that shit in my system for the rest of my life, every day. Because I decided today that like, yo, I'm not doing this stupid ass shit anymore. I'm not doing the simulation anymore. When you're strong enough to when you're strong enough to rip the hexagon out of the air and play with the wires behind the grid and then put that shit back and then change the world right there at your very fingertips, why wouldn't you do that shit every day? Why wouldn't you? Systems are meant to be broken. I'll say that. The reason why I talked about Demon Slayer though is because I was like, yo, literally total concentration or constant is they literally do breathing techniques whenever they go into battle with demons, whenever they're about to fight for their life. When it's life or death, they activate one of their most basic but essential, necessary techniques. Then they learn total concentration because they finally gain the concept that any moment is life or death. Question, chat. Is it not dying every time you're defeated and can't do what you wish to do? What life is worthy of you living besides the life you want to live, bro? So whenever you can't do something that you desire, like, isn't that death in itself? What is so scary about death? Sometimes you gotta die. Sometimes hey bro, for every death there's a rebirth. For every death, something stronger is born from that shit. Whether it be you, whether it be somebody else who saw what happened to you, like, it doesn't matter, dude. Something always comes out of death. Even when animals die in the wild, Their body literally returns to the earth and then flowers grow out of that shit. Something is born from death. It is a cycle, life and death. But what is life and death to you? What life is to me is a life I envision in my mind's eye because I know I can achieve that shit. If you can see it, you can achieve it every single time, bro. What is death to me is whenever somebody tries to tell me that shit's not possible. Whenever somebody tries to tell me to take a different route away from that shit. Whenever somebody tells me, like, yo, that's just insane to think about. Like, somebody, like, it was insane to think about. And then I thought about it and I'm completely sane. So what are we saying now? You know? Anybody who doesn't believe in you, you kind of got to throw them away. It sounds evil, but I'm really past that point of caring what people think about what I have to say. Because if you're offended by what I just said, you're one of the one, like, you're a throwaway. If you're not offended by what I said, then, like, you know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just like, some people are not gonna. I learned in church a very, very, very long time ago. And I know everybody who watches this is not religious. Oh my God, YouTube might be one of the most sacrilegious places on the internet. But the internet is just a sacrilegious place. Anyway, I learned a very long time ago in church. Very, very long time ago. Like when I was a kid. Like when I was less than half the height I am now, and I'm 6 foot. Right? I wasn't that short, goddamn. But literally, bro, I learned that sometimes you really do just have to let people go. Like even people in your family sometimes don't want to see you succeed. You would think that blood is a strong enough bond that people will want to see you happy and successful and all that, but that is not the case. Sometimes the people who want to see you happy are people outside of your family. Sometimes the people who want to see you the most down bad are people inside your family. It just happens. People are jealous. People are crazy. People are all kinds of things. But at the end of the day, people are people, and people are allowed to be who they are. So I will no longer get upset with people or blame the world for the things that happen to me because all those things are outside of myself. But at the same time, we are all a part of a mass thing, but everybody cannot see that. So when somebody hurts you, right? If I walked outside today and I hurt somebody and they felt a way about it, I don't feel a way about it at first, but I'm just like, I think about it maybe for a little while because I'm just like, that did feel bad, but I feel like that's just kind of like transformation. But it's like, I had no evil intentions, or maybe I did have evil intentions and I just couldn't see it at the time. I don't know, right? But it's just like, when you do stuff like that, that shit always comes back to you. It always circulates, right? That's why even when I feel negatively about people nowadays, instead of promoting negative energy towards them, I promote a neutral energy and just do not interact anymore. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna talk badly about you. I'm not going to shit on you. I'm not going to try to harm you. None of that. That's all a waste of my time because all of the energy that goes into those things, every single ounce of that energy could just go into making your own life better. Duh. Right? Like, it's insane that people don't see that. All the time you spend thinking, because like, bro, think about it. The same way you do gacha games, and the same way you try to speed run your auto farm, and you try to make each run on your auto farm a second slower or a second faster each time, and you're just like, yo, it really matters going from 31 seconds to 30 seconds. Like, all that matters, right? Because over the course of 30 runs, that's an extra 30 seconds wasted versus not, right? So it's just like, people care about micromanaging the time when it's like that, but then when it comes to saving your mental energy, you're willing to spare hours of that shit, days of that shit, thinking of things that don't matter for you. Well, I got a request for you, Magic Knights. Lock in on you and see what the fuck happens. Stop worrying about all this extra shit. Do anything in your power to make yourself happier, to make your life better. Do anything in your power, because anything against that is death, bro. It's death. And you should be fighting. You should be fighting for your life with anything in your power. I believe so. I believe so. Like, every moment is life or death because you could die at any moment. Do you want to die at any moment and say, damn, I had so much shit I wanted to do? Or would you rather, when you die, like, you're not even pressed because you're just like, yo, I fulfilled my shit. I was always satisfied with where I was. And I always knew where I was going. So I was cool, right? Because when you know where you're going, you're going to make it there. When you know where you're going, you're going to make it there. I don't know why I'm still yapping this shit, dude. I've been watching so many just like people who have been inspiring me, and it's like whenever I have these mental processes in the morning, like I just kind of got to go back and just crack that shit out, you know what I'm saying? But y'all have an excellent day. I'm going to get ready for work. The dead man does love y'all. I like to send ever-flowing love to everybody, every direction, every angle, because it is warranted and it is deserved in this world, and it is needed in this world. But you guys have an excellent, wonderful, spectacular day. Dead man is signing out, bro. Get some money.